Hey everybody, it's Eddie Joe on Crypto from GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? Hey Paula, how are you? Whew, there's so much going on, so much going on. So we finished the big bagger meeting. We started at 1, we finished like 3:15. Rui, how are you? It was a really good meeting. We went over the GMB big bagger index. We've got about 14 coins in that index now, and we'll probably get to like 25, 20 or 25 before we finalize that index. Yo, Todd, what's good? Haven't seen you in a minute. A lot was discussed. I showed off for the big baggers two things. One was the new GMB crypto tracker that's close to release, and we showed off the upcoming book, the segments for the upcoming book. So there was a lot discussed. There was a lot. There was a tremendous amount, but hopefully a lot of you will join the big baggers as we continue to grow. We saw a much larger crew than we did last month, and we had some absences, and it was still larger than last month. Sir John, how are you? So this week, what do we have going on in the Sunday Roundup? This is when we take a look back at what's transpired over the past week and what we think will transpire over the coming week. So last week we had things, technological advancements, regulatory updates, market trends, strategic partnerships and expansions, financial results and projections, fraud and security concerns, and global crypto adoption were the big topics there. Things are going well, Todd. I hope they are for you as well. So let's start with technological advancements. Arbitrum has a new bold protocol that they're aiming to enhance Ethereum's layer 2 scaling with improved validation and dispute resolution. That's actually a very big deal, bigger than what most people think. AC Power in his house. That's one of our big baggers that was actually there for the big bagger meeting. Thank you for showing up. Greatly appreciate it. So was Paula, because she is also a big bagger. What else do we have? We've got Solana developers. Yo, Perspicacious, how are you? Trading Maverick, you were supposed to be there, sir. You were supposed to be there. No, you were there. That's right. You didn't use your name. You used your real name, not your handle. So you were there. My bad. Another big bagger. You know what's funny? So we were on a 2+ hour call for all the big baggers. And you want to know who the first to show up for the Sunday Roundup? Big baggers. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Because there wasn't a lot of time. There wasn't a lot of time there. In between. So that hat tip to all the big baggers that are able to make it right now. Let's see, what else do we have? Solana developers propose a new lattice-based hashing system to address blockchain scalability issues. Mind you, those are just scalability issues. Let that wash over you for a minute. That's a big deal. They're only talking about scalability issues. They're not talking about security issues and resilience. Just saying. So it's a good thing, but that's something that they're not talking about. So we definitely want to pay attention to that. What else did we have? NVIDIA unveils new AI agents designed to revolutionize workforce efficiency and operational scalability. Now, I want you to stop and think about this. That's what they're doing on the AI side. OpenAI released a note saying, hey, AI is ready to start taking jobs. Then you had Bloomberg release a report that said, there are probably going to be about 200,000 jobs lost on Wall Street due to AI and automation over the next 2 to 3 years. Just saying. There's going to be major impacts going forward. So we've got to figure out how we're going to grow our bags. That's the whole point of this community, is to help each other do exactly that. What else do we have? Riot Platforms increases Bitcoin mining capacity, right? And plans on expansion through strategic investments. You know what that means? They're willing to buy a couple of people or a couple of companies are willing to do it. Oh, and there's Captain Banana. So we're happy that you're able to make this one. We did record, and when we launch a new platform, all the recordings will be there. So Captain Banana, nothing to worry about. We did, and you're going to be happy to see a couple of things on there when you do see it. So it's kind of cool. What else do we have? We've got. Meanwhile, I see Siri still hates you. Siri's got problems. I think Siri needs medication. I think that's what it really is. Siri needs medication. For regulatory updates, Russian nationals were indicted for operating crypto mixers used for money laundering. Bybit halted crypto trading in India because of regulatory issues. FDIC interim chair criticized the debanking of crypto firms by the previous regime. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. I think we're going to still have a whole lot of news come out about that. Then you have the UK Treasury exempting Ethereum and Solana staking from certain investment regulations, trying to say, hey, there's some trust going on here, and we're moving in a more pragmatic fashion. That's a big deal, and I like that. For market trends, Bitcoin ETFs continue to see significant inflows. BlackRock and Fidelity obviously leading the pack. VJ Toss, what's going on? What's good? You had stablecoins gaining traction, which is also good. DePIN projects surging in revenue, also good. When you look at the previous week, there's just been so much that's gone on that people don't necessarily stop and say, well, in a nutshell, what's going on and what do we see as to how that's going to affect our future, which is why we go through this show. Then you've got Ripple's RLUSD expanding, and it's going to expand even more. I'm expecting at least to hear about over the next couple of weeks, one or two more big freaking centralized exchanges saying they're bringing RLUSD to the platforms. We've got Ronin and Transact collaborating on simplifying the onboarding of fiat. That's not small. That's huge. That's huge, right? Then you have Coinbase obtaining New York Department of Financial Services license for new crypto products. That's huge. Did you also recall that Coinbase is also thinking about offering tokenized versions of their stock on the platform? Again, more crypto products. See, that's not small. Those are all big moves that you can actually see are going to have an effect going forward. Really big. Great day to you too, VJ. What else do we have? For financial results and projections, MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy yielded $14 billion in value for their shareholders in 2024. I'm expecting that number to be larger for 2025. They've got a big Bitcoin strategy going on. I think it's $14.2 billion this year, something like that. So I think that's going to be a very big deal. I really do think that's going to be a big deal. And I'm expecting them to beat that $14 billion value increase for their shareholders this year. What else do we have? Fidelity predicts Bitcoin will see transformative industry adoption, potentially driving up its valuation. Yeah, because I think adoption is going to be a very big deal. We're starting to get a lot more calls from small businesses saying, hey, we do e-commerce. We'd like to be on your platform because you do credit cards, PayPal, and crypto. That's us. So if you have a small business, give me a buzz. We can make it work for you. We also had Heritage Distilling. Their stock ticker is CAST. That's right. They are a publicly traded company, and they're saying we are adding Bitcoin to our reserves. Wow. Wow, wow. You also had several different states say that they want to add Bitcoin to their reserves. North Dakota and New Hampshire propose adding Bitcoin to state treasuries, indicating growing institutional adoption. That's right. That's not small. So when you look forward, how many more states are going to do that? How many more states are going to do that? It's starting to pick up steam in a major fashion. We should be paying attention. Shiba Inu warns of scams. They're always warning of scams. Why? Because they care about their community. They care about their community. As Treat got picked up, their Treat coin got picked up by KuCoin. Major centralized exchange. Something else for us to be knowledgeable about. Because, as Shiba Inu continues to build out their ecosystem. That's a major step. That is a major step. So when people ask me, you know, is Shiba Inu one of the coins that's, captured on the big baggers list? It is. It absolutely is. Jared, what's good? Beer Culies, what's going on? Let's see, what else do we have? We've got Tangem Wallet addressed a critical vulnerability, but here's the problem. They were not actually going off after that vulnerability until their community demanded it. Would I ever buy Tandem? No. Or Tangem? No, I would not. For that one reason. You weren't transparent. You had to be told to address the situation. We ain't got time for that. Not in this community. We ain't got time for that. So no. Coach Kevin, what's good? Weren't you supposed to be on a call today, sir? Weren't you supposed to be on a call today? We're very upset you didn't make it. Just saying. I should put you in the corner for that. Just saying. Because I could have sworn you signed up to be a big bagger. You're a big bagger. We missed you. We wanted you there. And your son. Tell him to sign up. What else do we have? For global adoption, told you about North Dakota and New Hampshire. El Salvador is attracting crypto investments with progressive policies, including Bitfinex's relocation of one of their arms. That's a big deal. El Salvador is starting to transform into being a crypto haven. Pay attention to that. Pay very close attention to that. China outlines a blockchain-powered data revolution on their side, aiming for full implementation by 2029. They've got to do something. They've got to do something. And I think right now what we're looking at is countries around the world are definitely thinking about, we've all got to do something to strengthen our economies, to bring down our debt. And some of them are saying Bitcoin or crypto could be the way to do that. Yep. So there's a lot going on. Since you set up email on an anonymous wallet, I don't want to continue services with you. What? Hutanik, what are you talking about? Hutanik, I'd like to know what you're talking about. Since you set up email on an anonymous wallet. Email on an anonymous wallet? Oh. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, let me tell you something. You had one job. Tangem's problem definitely overshadows the problem that Ledger had last year, year before that, right? Because it bled into way. And lack of transparency just tells me, yeah, no, I'm not trying to work with you. Not trying to work with you. If you have a Tangem device, I'm telling you now, you should probably think about recreating wallets and moving things. Seriously and true. I would not be trusting that right now. I would absolutely not be trusting anything having to do with that company right now at all. Like, yeah, no. That's scary. So looking at all the news this week, we've got scalability. We have a whole bunch of things that are going to affect next week. I think that we're going to see more announcements about RLUSD. I think that we might even hear a little bit of news about what Tangem is doing about things, but I think Tangem is going to take a hit. I think they're going to take a hit, right? As we get closer to the inauguration, I think we're going to see a little bit more consolidation before everything just kind of blows up in a good way, like blows up. Because I think that, there's a lot of consolidation when the new regime takes hold. That's when all gloves are off. They'll be able to do what they want to do. I hate Siri, but I will never believe anything Okay. Siri is not treating Captain Banana well today. Siri's got issues. I try not to use Siri as much as possible. Oh my god. I mean, it can't do simple things like tell me the time sometimes. I'm just like, ugh. And you know, I'm not even gonna get into it. But you have a lot of things that happen over the past week that are definitely gonna drive things over the coming week and over the next little while. I was looking at PayPal and I'm just like, interesting how volume for RLUSD surpassed PayPal. Isn't that funny? Volume. And I'm just like, wow, how'd you do that, PayPal? How did you pull that off? Like, how'd you screw up so bad? But they did. And I'm kind of like, it is what it is. It's all good. It's all good. Well, hopefully PayPal will figure it out. I don't know. I think that RLUSD is, stealing all their thunder. I think PayPal had a chance when they first came out, and they haven't done a good job, maintaining that bag. Right? They have not done a good job. They kind of just created it and they're just letting it rot. I mean, its current volume, not volume, but current market cap is like $500 million. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold it. I got that number wrong. Yeah, no, $500 million. So, okay. $533 million. Okay. But what are you doing? I don't see you doing anything. And that's a major problem. Right? And I just sit back and I just kind of go, Pax Gold is off the chain. Pax Gold is off the chain. And I like Pax Gold. Yes, I have a bag of Pax Gold. Oh, no, he's not on, so I don't have to answer the question out loud. I do not have to answer the question out loud because he's not here yet. If Joaquin shows up, I have to answer one of his questions. But he's probably out partying right now. I don't know if we're going to see any news from another state this week, but I'm expecting to hear news the week after Inauguration Week. I'm expecting there to be more states that are going to step up talking about Bitcoin as a part of their treasuries. I'm expecting more states to step up talking about accepting Bitcoin as payments. I'm expecting more states to step up as saying Bitcoin as payments outwardly to government employees. I'm expecting a lot more. And if that happens, if people opt to actually get paid in Bitcoin, once states say that, I'm telling you, I'm going to expect big moves, like really big moves to businesses, like local businesses, start to accept Bitcoin. Like I said before, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City was getting paid in Bitcoin. I'm sitting back and I'm wondering, was that same allowance made to all other city employees and not just him? Because imagine how many people in New York City would, working in New York City government would opt for at least part of their, salary to be paid in Bitcoin. I think it would be a lot. And here's the kicker. That's like built-in savings. I think that would be huge. I think that would be like big time huge. So I'm looking at all those things happen this week. That, when I look at the past week and all this news, I dropped 90, we published 91 articles on growmybag.tv specific to crypto. 91. Go Fatima, what's going on? Yes, you did miss today's meeting. You were one person I expected to be there too. D-Mac missed it, but we knew why D-Mac was going to miss it. So I hope all is well with his sister. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of amazing to see a whole bunch of people on there. And the topics that were discussed, Rick Ritchie made a comment that, hey, we didn't necessarily follow a specific, path. I kind of let it run loosely. I kind of kept it loose because I'm trying to understand how we all think and how we all pull it together. As the group gets bigger, we'll introduce a little bit more rigor to it. It is recorded. The recording will be out once we launch the new site. We've got a lot going on for the new site. A lot. I showed off a couple of things for the big baggers. Everybody else will start to see it later on this week. But yeah, it's like we got the new GMB crypto tracker and new features on that for the new version of it, the online version. There are more features coming to it. So that we have the GMB X factor. There's going to be a GMB Y factor. There's going to be, for big baggers, I'll just say it. There's going to be a feature called tokenomics for big baggers. Right? Everybody else will be able to click on a coin and just see all the information about that coin. When big baggers click, they'll see a tokenomic analysis for that coin. So all the information for the coin and then a tokenomics analysis for it. Tokeanalysis, I kind of like that. Mavro Carlos, how are you? So yeah, go for Timo. We're sorry that we missed you, but yeah, it's definitely recorded. Once we have everything online, we'll drop the recording for all the big baggers to see. But yeah, this is it. We're getting close. Demonstrating. I didn't just show the new GMB crypto tracker, but I also showed, how the book is coming along. I showed the outline for the new book that should be out hopefully February. I'm hoping to have it into design this week. Hey, Ann, how are you? I'm hoping to have it into design this week. And after design, it goes to actual publishing. So we'll see how that goes. We'll definitely see how that goes. But yeah, there's a lot going on over the past week. I mean, like I said, 91 different articles this past week. The week prior, it was 95 articles. Week prior, I think it was like 100 and something articles. Really depends on like what kind of news I see when I'm doing my research that I think is worthy of being shared with the community. On the new platform, we'll have different moderators, different people bringing, new stories, the feed. Like it's going to be a whole big social media platform. So there'll be a feed, the whole nine. All conversation will happen there. Like I won't even be talking on, Instagram. I won't be talking on YouTube. We'll still be streaming via those channels, but everything will be, on there. Book signing events. Ooh, that's a good one. I have never done a book signing event. Actually, that's not true. I released a college recruiting book and we did a book signing. We did book signings for that. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do book signings. If one of the members is in New York and they want to get together and do a book signing, I'm down with that. I'm down to, catch up and do something with that. But I'd have to schedule book signings to see what the story is. It's a lot of maneuvering on the calendar that we'd have to work out. So we'll see. I probably should do book signings. That'd be smart. I'm going to see if I can get on a couple of shows on television and see if we could do that. Like I announced, I was able to announce the other book, the first book, my first solo book, Crypto Foundations for Building Multi-Generational Wealth on Yahoo Finance. Hopefully we'll be able to do that as well. Only at the Big Bagger meetup someday. Yeah, we're actually going to have our first Big Bagger meetup. I know it's going to be me, Joaquin. Hopefully a couple other people will be in New York at the same time. We're still trying to, knock out a date. So we need to nail a date. It's going to be within the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have that get together. So that'll be a big deal. That'll definitely be a big deal. We'll see how that works out. What else is there for this past week's news that caught my attention? I think those are the big ones. Like I said, I think governmental crypto adoption is going to grow over the next few weeks. I think that's one of the big ones that's there, is that you're going to see New laws come out, revision of laws. You're going to see direct participation from different municipalities in the United States. That's going to drive other municipalities around the world to do something. It's not just at the country or nation level, but it's also within those various municipalities getting more involved. I think that's going to be big. I think that's definitely going to be big. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Like sometimes I look at the news and I'm just kind of like, wow, wait a minute. What's going to hit us? I think that we're going to see major changes out of the FDIC. So that public statement that, about the negativity about debanking, I think that's big, right? So I think there's going to be major changes going on at the FDIC. Obviously, we're expecting major changes over the next 2 weeks, like almost immediately at the CFTC, at the SEC. I want to see if there's going to be a big change at the OCC. They oversee the banking industry. I'm wondering about that. So there are a lot of governmental impacts in the United States that I'm looking at, and I'm looking to see what other countries around the world are looking at the United States and most likely going to mimic that. Turtle Bitcoin was good. So I'm wondering about that. Is that going to happen over the next week, or would it happen over the next 2 weeks? This week could actually wind up being a big news week because it's the week before the inauguration. So we could see a lot of things happen over that period of time. So this week is going to be a very interesting week to me. I would definitely say that. Just trying to make sure I don't miss any questions or comments. Got that one. Okay, got that. Anything over there? Nope. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good week. I think for the most part, it's going to be a good week, right? I mean, just saying. I think it's going to be a good week. But I did want to show you guys a little something. I showed the big baggers first, so they can get a taste on what's going on. Let me see if I can do this real quick. All right. So let me scooch on over. All right, everybody. Here is the GMB Crypto Tracker Top 2500. This is the new look and feel on the new GMB Crypto Tracker as you see it now. So, you've got the winners, right? And works like normal. You have the losers, works like normal. And the difference is that you can stack it by the GMB X factor, and you can stack it by rank. And then we'll have to come back and we'll have to make it so that you can stack it by each one of the columns that's there. We'll have an easy way for you to switch columns, add columns, remove columns. Well, obviously we'll have a set number. Obviously we need to fix this because there are no commas separating the numbers to make it easier to read. We're getting there, but this is kind of big. The fact that I can see all of these by GMB X factor, that's kind of nice. And you can see it, you can see the top 250 and do the same thing. So, here it is by rank, right? And then you can come back and you say, I want to see it by the GMB X factor. And you can start to say, wow, do I think, let's say, EOS is going to make it 27.76? I doubt it. Do I think Axie Infinity is going to do it at 25.86? You get to evaluate these coins in a different fashion now. With that new facet, you start to look at all of the numbers differently. Do I think that Flow is going to make it at 57.4? Good luck with that. Curve Dow 17.70. You really get to start to take a look at how I can look at these coins in a different light. Like I said, this is the upcoming GMB Crypto Tracker. There'll be another tab here for the coins that you are tracking. It'll go out and get that same information for the coins that you're tracking for your tracker. So there's a lot of stuff that we have that we're working on right now that, hopefully you guys will find interesting. But I just wanted to give you a taste of what we're going to be using going forward for the GMB crypto tracker. And I'll be using that on a go forward basis on all the videos that I do. Right? I think we've got one more where we'll be able to click and go into each coin, and that's where you'll see regular information about the coin, just the same way you do on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. But then if you're a big bagger, you're going to see deeper information on the token, on our take on the tokenomics. That's going to be big. I think that's going to be big. I think that's that's another reason to become a big bagger. So the online version of the GMB crypto tracker, and thank you, VJ, I think is going to be big, right? So the big baggers are going to have more going on, as well as a standalone product that you'll only be able to use the online version if you're a member of GMB, of the GMB community. Meaning that you've come over to GMB growmybag.tv. You signed up to be a member, whether you be a bagger or a big bagger, depending on how you want to enter, and then you'll get access to certain things. Like I said, big baggers get more access to more tools, and then if you purchase on top of that the GMB crypto tracker, you'll get a lot more tools. So we're not playing games. We're trying to put tools in your hand that will actually, you can actually leverage to do more. Right now, we've got the GMB X Factor, right? That'll tell you how far it has to go, how far a project has to go to reach its all-time high. And then we'll have the GMB Y Factor that will give you another facet. I'm not going to define it now. We have the definition, but I'm not going to define it now until I can actually show it to you. It'll leave another facet of information that'll help you make decisions on, what kind of coins you want to buy. So that way, when you're going through doing your own research, these are more research elements that'll help you get there. I can't tell you what to buy. We can't tell you how, all those different things, but we can definitely help you do some research. And that's what it's all about. Anyway, I'm going to keep this one short because it's been a long day already. I've been talking for like 3 hours. I had calls after the big bagger meeting. And then now we have the Sunday Roundup. But if you like what we're doing, do me a favor, hit the like button. Definitely tell your friends about what we're doing. Sign up as a bagger on growmybag.tv/sign-up. Become a bagger, become a big bagger, depending on what kind of tools you're looking for. And you can enter at stages. It's all good. It happens. And then the online crypto tracker will be on sale as soon as we launch the new site, which we hope will be relatively soon. We just have more testing to do. But that crypto tracker, if it gives you an idea about the level of design that we're going through, the level of development that we're going through, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But everybody, enjoy the rest of the Sunday. I hope you have a good one.